The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Tampa. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Throwing on the first play is Corral. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Right back to Hubbard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They're trying to continue that trend here this afternoon. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. Corral looking to pass, 2nd down. Got it. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Corral on 2nd down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Switching it up. Corral going to throw here. Thomas has got it. Complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. The Buccaneers hit 11-4 now on the year. They've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, your first drive of the 1st quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion, the tight end. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Corral looking long for Thomas. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off, and the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Brady. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes two to tango.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 40 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Corral throwing for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Corral over the middle. He's got Shenault. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Corral.
Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually...
He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 49 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Davis-Price on 1st and 10.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Second down and 7.
Fournette running right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10.
Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Here's Corral. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we've Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. But we keep waiting year after year to see signs of Tom Brady's arm strength deteriorating. But his message there, keep waiting. Davis-Price gets this one out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Brady gives this to White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They run again with Foreman. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 36, Corral. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A carry for Foreman. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now left side on the swing pass. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Now Brady. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. Again, it's Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing again on second down.
Corral.
Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Corral.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Panthers 17.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. In motion goes the tight end.
The 1st down throw here for Corral.
His throw incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
Corral from the gun on 3rd down here.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.